Welcome to our DIY driveway project, where me and my wife try and build our own driveway from scratch with no experience. From the excavating to the MOT, to the gravel, to the borders, we do it all. Some parts go pretty well, some parts not so much. But follow along and see the good, the bad, the wins, the losses, and everything in between. This is Project Driveway. Day one of the driveway. Day one of driveway project. So it doesn't help that it's so sunny right now, but basically I need to dig down 150 mil for the MOT. Let me show you what we have right now. So I've made a little bit of a start, but to be honest, I think I've made it worse. So this is on a slope, it's uneven, so I don't really know how I'm gonna dig 150 mil down, but I'll set up a time lapse and let's figure it out. So we've scraped all this back and we've got a nice little mud pile there. And up here is where the workshop's going. So I'm going to use that soil to level out that area. But I'll show you more on that once we actually work on the workshop. At the moment, we're just sticking to the drive, which kind of looks like shite at the moment, but it's about to look a lot better, hopefully. Oh, and this digger that we've got, enclosed cab, heater, windscreen wash for some reason. But the only problem is, it's a 1.5 tonne, which is a little bit underpowered, I think. I think a 3 tonne probably would have been better. But that's all Travis Perkins had, and I couldn't be arsed waiting or going with a different company. So you win some, you lose some. Tomorrow, I'll be digging in the rain, so that'll come in handy. But I'll get some better footage of us actually digging up the driveway, so you can get a concept of what it looks like. Day two in the lovely Welsh sunshine. So where I'm up to, I've uncovered the original driveway, right there. And we need to dig out this nasty mud. So you see where that border is? That is the old driveway, which has some MOT. And then this mud here and here needs digging out to 150 mil for the new MOT. And then I'll probably just put a little thin layer over everything. So more digging. Probably help if I had the key. And I have no idea where it is. Oops. And I forgot the tripod. See, this walk from the house to where the drive is about 30 or 40 metres. Doesn't sound that much, but every time you want to take your rubbish out, it's 30, 40 metres. Every time you want to come back from work, 34 metres. If you get something in your car, another 30 or 40 metres. So, it's not so fun. Another 30 or 40 metres. Well, that was exciting. Oh shit. Well, that was exciting. Nearly tipped digger over. I'm gonna have a look on the footage and see whether you can see it on the time lapse, because I nearly jumped out the door because I thought it was going over, but it just managed to hang on. I don't know how it handles these angles, but I was pretty impressed. So I've dug out to around the 150. I mean, it's sort of hard to tell. In my mind, you'll be able to smooth it all out with the MOT anyway, so it's more just getting it a bit of a ridge so you know where the drive's going. So that's where we're at now. So I've levelled it as much as I can and tracked it all in, so I just go backward and forward with the digger. So you can see the clear lines of where they're going to go. Dug a bit of a trench, needs a bit more, because this is where retaining wall's going to go. I've gone a bit too far over there, but you can see that line. It's going to go like that. Bit more tidying up. I think we're ready. We've got MOT coming on Monday. So how we're going to level all that out and smooth it all out with this piece of shit, we'll soon find out. And another 30 or 40 metre walk back to the house at the end of the day. I'll shut up about it now. So, probably on day like 506 of the driveway project. We got sidetracked yesterday by building the fire pit that we didn't need yet. And we, again, got ahead of ourselves and started using the fire pit even though it's not done. And we burned everything that we could find, including pallets. So we're gonna have to clear all the shit out again and then fix it, but that's another project for another day. So today, I've done a lot of digging on the driveway. So now what we need to do, we've got the MOT coming tomorrow. So we have to build a border for it all to sit in, and then we need to lay the weed fabric down. And I'm pretty sore from yesterday, so hopefully this will go well. Hello. Okay, so we're gonna make some pegs like that, which that's what we're gonna secure the shutter into, or the border, whatever you call it. So I'm gonna put a mark for 10 centimeters. That's what's going in the ground. Then 15 centimeters for how high we need the MOT to be. Then another 10 centimeters for how high the shuttering is going to be. So that's my cut line. So I want to cut the length off it first. Definitely cut that too short, but it gives a shit. And then you want to cut a spike into it. And ignore the nail hanging out of it. So our boards are 3.6 lengths, so we're just going to put a peg in every 1.8, which is the middle point. This is just scrap wood. It's not like you have to follow these measurements exactly, but ideally you just want to have a wood border. It doesn't really matter what lengths you've got. One at the end and one in the middle is ideal. Then just hammer it in, 10 centimeters to that line we've got there, and then that's how deep we want the MOT to go. So pegs are in, set up a string line in each one and then put the peg in every 1.8. A little bit janky, but it's all getting full of MOT anyway, so it gives a fog. So the shuttering's up, barrier, whatever you want to call it. So apparently the next step is weed barrier. I would have thought it went over the MOT, but Google AI apparently knows better, so we shall see. The hardest bit is we're going to put the weed barrier down and then we've got to drive the digger on it. So it's either going to make a right mess or it'll be fine, God knows. So you might be thinking, why is it on such a wonk? And you'd be right. The whole drive's on a slope, so there's no chance we're going to get it flat. So our idea is fill it up, flatten it down, see how it looks. Good plan? So this is how far we've got so far. Got the weed barrier down. The idea is the delivery driver will drop off the MOT here, and then we're going to have to wheelbarrow quite a lot of it to weigh it down. Because if we start driving the digger on it, it's just going to start churning it up. So we'll get the pile, we'll wheelbarrow some material over here, enough to get the digger on there. And then once we've got the digger out of the way, we'll roll out the rest of this, put some wheelbarrows of MOT on this, and then hopefully it'll all be weighed down enough to drive the digger on it. But it's all hypothetical at the moment. I have no idea. Also, I have no idea how big of a pile 16 tons is going to be. Good morning. So we're up bright and early for our MOT delivery, and I'm starting to throw a little bit of a wobble of how we've set this up, so I'm going to try and quickly put the weed barrier up before the MOT arrives and just hope the excavator doesn't churn everything up. We shall see. It's a little bit better. So I've just put the actual digger, spread out the sheeting. It's a little bit messy, but it's getting covered in sand. Who gives a shit? So we finally have 16 tons of MOT. And what we're going to do with this, spread it out, compact it down, and then it's ready for gravel. a side note, is anyone else's tool bag full of absolute shite? Filler, pencils, screws. I don't need them on a day-to-day basis. Oh shit. Another lovely day in paradise. And what do we have here? Oh, that's right, we have a whacker plate. So I did want one of those vibrating rollers, but didn't have any in stock. So this is what we've got. So onto the side project, which Kate's gonna work on whilst I'm doing the drive, is finishing this off, which I've already made a bit of a mess of, but
you made a mess of.
I did not make a mess of it. So weed barrier, gravel, decorative stones. We'll set up a time lapse so you can see that. It's like a bit of a mud pit on the camera, but
it is a mud pit.
So today's plan is I'm going to fill in around these edges with some dirt so it's not just all going to spill out. Then I'm going to tamper it all down with this new whacker plate. Then hopefully it's ready for gravel, but might need some finessing, but we'll figure that one out. I'll give you a shot of what it looks like now, and then hopefully we'll set up a time lapse to see what it looks like after. So here's how we have it now. So I've filled the sides in, taken the border out. I've left this one in because it's still got a big pile of mud, so I don't want to cave it in. So I think the next step is to wet all this down and then fire up the whacker plate. Manual? Nah. Right, so we've got a choke. Petrol on. Choke on. So I've got it running off camera. I literally just sprayed a bit of WD-40 into the air filter, but it started running away with me. How was there not a safety cut off on the handle? Right, let's try that again. So now we just need to tidy this bit up and then we should be good to go, I think. I'll show you everything after, but this is looking a bit shit at the moment. Oof, okay, so it's all compacted down. Might need a little bit of finessing, but I honestly think it's ready for gravel, hopefully. So let me show you. Nice and firm. So it's definitely got some dips, but this whole area is on such a slope, it's hard to get it level. So we'll just do your full walk around. So I've got an attempted transition up this bit, gates, and some 55-pound whiskey barrels, ready for some planters. I'm honestly pretty chuffed for this stage. I normally bodge things, but I think we've actually done it properly this time. Other than excavating and getting it super flat, but to be honest, I'd rather work with the land than against it. But I think we've done a good job up to now. So what have we got left? Okay, so I was trying not to use a border, but I think we're gonna have to do a border. So if you look here, it's pretty much a level with the MOT, and we've still got 5 centimetres of gravel going on top. So we're gonna need a border to contain it all, and we've got an accidental flower bed here, which might look nice, but unless we want mud falling onto the driveway every 2 seconds, we're gonna need a border for that. And this massive thing is going to be a retaining wall for then the workshop to be built on top of. Stay tuned for that. God damn, it's sunny. Quick interlude to sort out this little retaining wall we did a while ago. Kate wants it one higher. So cut it down, stack it on, screw it in. Easy. I don't know which day it is. I've lost count. We have the MOT down. It's all compressed. So we're gonna build the border so all the gravel doesn't fall out, and it should hopefully just look a little bit nicer. So I have some old fence posts lying around which might work. So let's have a look. My plan is to do a border all the way around like this. Now I'm thinking, because it's so uneven, I'm thinking of trying to keep them level and have them stepped all the way around. I don't know whether that makes sense yet, but I shall show you as I build it. Yeah, I think that'll work well. So I've got my secret weapon. These pegs that I found at the garden centre, 99p each. I only needed 20, hopefully that's right. So let's try them out. So I got the first one in off camera in case it was dog shit, but this ground's harder than it looks. So that's peg number 1. I'll get the pegs in place first, then I'll screw them in. I have no idea what day it is. I was at a stag do all weekend, so I'm a bit delayed and feeling a little fragile. So I need to finish off this border, which I got halfway through and gave up. So I shall do that now, and then I can start filling the gravel in. Let's try. And I've just noticed I've got oil stains all over the MOT, which means the truck is leaking oil. Yay! So this is where I go up to, and I don't know what I was doing. Look at the height difference of that. So I need to fix that. I'd say I've done about a quarter of what I should have done. I'm fully aware I'm giving off Farmer John vibes with these dungarees and whatnot, but I don't care. What am I doing? And if you're wondering why it's so wonky, mind your own business. Okay, that's one side done. Just show you where we're up to now. So we've got the back side done, down here and that corner. I'm going to cut all these tops off, and now just that side to go. But we're getting there. Look what finally arrived. So we've got 6 bags and another 6 bags of limestone. Why do we go with limestone? It's cheap. It's cheap. I think it looks good. It's just white stone, really. My thinking is that you don't want a round stone because it'll be very slippy and it'll go everywhere when you're driving on it. So you want something that's quite jaggedy. And it was either that or like Cotswold stone or something. To be honest, I couldn't see any difference. For the connoisseurs out there, will probably know the difference, but for me, it's a lot of rocks. So we went with limestone. So hopefully it'll have that nice contrast of like white stone against all this earth tones everywhere. Very mossy and green, which we love, but you know, it needs a bit of modern in there. Right, enough rambling. Let's tackle this. Final day of the driveway, hopefully. So I'm going to spare you more videos of the edging because it's very boring. It's very boring to do, very boring to watch, but I'm a couple off and then I shall start with the gravel. So I'm hoping I can lift the gravel with the digger arm going up. Apparently it should lift 1.5 tons its own weight, but the last thing I need now is completely breaking this digger. But I'll put them all into place and then I'm thinking I'm just going to try and cut them open with a knife and then spread them out with the digger or a rake. I don't know. First time I've done it, so let's find out. Okay, board is done, apart from cutting down the little pegs, but I'll do that after. So the next challenge is lifting up these bad boys. So I've got a shit ratchet strap and a digger. This is such a bad idea. Let's try that. Butter.
Like a glove. It's It's like touching the floor. Ah! Oh, it's open. Ooh. Whoa, babe. Wait, what's the plan then?
So I swivel it, pull it this way.
Mhm. Can you not get to like? Oh. I thought you were turning around. Oh. Ah. Loads better. Fucking yeah. Fucking thank the good Lord.
A gravel driveway isn't just a path for cars, it's a statement of self-reliance. Each stone laid is a lesson in patience, every shovel of earth a testament to...
No, we're only joking. So we've done it. We have a gravel driveway. Definitely wasn't the easiest of projects, and it definitely took a fair bit longer than it needed to, but we're super happy with what it is. From what it was, this mud pit that every time we drove up, we'd just slip out and we'd step into mud, to something that's nice and clean, flat, dry. Is it perfect? Definitely not, but we did it ourselves. We saved a lot of money, and we're not perfect ourselves. We don't want perfection. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Here's some B-roll. We've still got plenty more projects coming up. The next big one is the workshop project, so follow along for that because it's going to be a big project where I want to start my own woodworking business from this. I've also got other huge plans for the house, such as more decking. We're thinking of a sauna, thinking of a hot tub, thinking of a zip line. We're thinking of quite a few stupid ideas, so follow along to see what we get up to, because even we don't know.